We have Omar. He has, what are some of your rules that have resulted in your best outcomes?
Yeah, that's a good question. So one of them was definitely the no eating until 5 p.m. when I did the 1 meal a day. That was a big one because that resulted in, that just required a lot of discipline, and it helped me a lot physically. It was a lot easier to lose weight and to maintain a lean physique. Another rule that I had was, and I still have, is that if I start something, finish it, right? Always finish it. And that rule works both ways, right? Because it comes down to you don't make, you think about something before you start it, because you say, how will this end? Right? It's like Stephen Covey says, like, begin with the end in mind. So I have my own version of it. It's like, what's going to happen? Am I actually going to finish this thing? Because if I'm not going to start it, because if I do start it, I must finish it. So that's a solid rule that I have. And then I've created different rules at different times, right? Depending on what I'm trying to accomplish and do in life, right? So at one point when I was really hustling, and I still have rules around quotas, right? I have quotas every week, right? So I will always produce 3 YouTube videos a week. At one point I was doing 2 videos a day, and that was just my quota at that point. But now it's 3 videos a week. I'm going to do my Instagram posts 6 days a week that will come out. I will have my podcasts, and then I've got a few other ones, like a Bulldog mindset lesson that I create every week. And I just do it every single week. That it's my rule that it must be done. At one point I had rules very strictly around how many Pomodoro that I need to get done in a day. I had it where I had to do 12 Pomodoro every single day. And I even made rules where I wouldn't eat until I did it, or I wouldn't, do my run until I did it, or things like that. So I think it's the way I would say, like, to use the rules is to use it based on what you need to accomplish. Like, think of it like in the long term, right? What will happen if you consistently apply this rule day after day, and then define rules based on that. So that's basically what I've done. So for example, when I wanted to grow my YouTube channel and get 100,000 subscribers, what I did was I said, okay, and I have a system for this. I call it, so instead of setting goals, what I do is I have aspirations. Aspirations are things that are outside of your control. So let's say making $1 million this year. You can't control that directly. Having a YouTube channel with 100,000 subscribers, can't control that directly. Okay. Those things are not good goals. So, but you can derive a goal from an aspiration. So I had an aspiration of having 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel. So I derived a goal from that, which in my definition, a goal is something that you have direct control over. And so what I did was I said, okay, I bet there's probably a 99% probability that if I have 2,000 videos on my YouTube channel, that I will have at least 100,000 subscribers, because I don't know any channels that have 2,000 videos that don't have at least 100,000 subscribers. So my goal was to make 2,000 videos that I have direct control over. I can control that. So I said, okay, I think at the time I had like 500 videos on my channel, or 700. And I did the math and I said, okay, if I want to accomplish this in 2 years, what do I have to do? And what it came out to was 2 videos a day, and 3 on Sunday. 15 a week is what I needed to do. So I made a rule that said every week you're going to do 15 YouTube videos, right? And so that rule allowed me, it guaranteed, if I followed that rule, I would guarantee reach my goal, and I would have like a 98% chance probability of reaching my aspiration. Right. So it made it into a concrete thing. So that's how I define rules, is I look at that. I say, okay, what is the big aspiration I have? What are the goals that I have direct control over? Okay. And then how can I break that down into rules that will ensure that I reach those goals in the time frame that I set? That's the surest way to get an outcome that you want. And so many people have these stupid aspirations that they call goals, and they're like, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, but you don't have control over that. You don't have control over that. You have control over how many hours you work in a day. You have control over how much YouTube videos you make. You have control over how many people you call on the phone to try and close on a sales call. You have control over all of those things, but you do not have control over how much money that you make in a year or how many people subscribe to your YouTube channel, right? You can only control things that you can control. So the best thing to do is to create rules that are going to lead you to the goals, which are the things that you directly control, that have a very, very high probability, if you achieve these goals, that it will achieve the aspiration.
Bam. Dang. Focus on what you can control.
Yep.
That's fantastic, man.